Customer experience. I think that customers, we all know this at this point, but customers are in the driver's seat. Customers have so much power when it comes to a marketer bending over backwards to make a customer fall in love with their brand. I mean, if we think alone about word of mouth marketing, there was this Nielsen study and it had really interesting data saying that 92% of customers trust word of mouth marketing versus only 24% of customers trust online advertisements. So that data point shows that if you can get a friend to recommend a product to you, you're probably going to buy it. But if you just see some blank online ad, your eyes are going to glaze over it completely. You need to have your customers be brand ambassadors for your business. And the more you can get that to happen and the more they spread that with their community, that's the biggest asset that we have in marketing today. Well, when you say experience, it makes me think of how our generation today, especially millennials, Gen Y, Gen Z, they want experiences from businesses. Like, it's not enough to just have a huge billboard saying, buy this ketchup, it's the best ketchup. Customers want to have this amazing experience that they would have never gotten if not for the brand. Whether that's taking, a group of your customers on a trip in the middle of the wilderness and documenting it and having them share it on social media. Or maybe it's about, offering a product that's really custom to that person. Creating amazing experiences that people have to share are what I think really sets strong marketing of today apart from marketing of the past. That's a good question. Leadership. A few things. One is I think that strong leaders are leaders who work incredibly hard. I think that as a leader, it's my responsibility to show that I'm giving 110% so that my team also wants to give 110%. I run a team of 4 in the office, and although I'm technically a boss, I want to feel like an equal to my team. I want all ideas to be celebrated and taken seriously. And I think that putting in a ton of work is the best possible way to show, hey, we're all in this together. Something else that's really important to me as a leader is to celebrate women in the workplace. I grew up with a mother who started her own business. I saw how hard she worked all day, every day. And I think that it's really important for us as women to celebrate other women working really hard and make sure that they get the respect and the recognition that they deserve. So that's something super important to me as well. I don't know if this is a quote, but I think that we should always be laughing. We should always be laughing at ourselves. We should always be laughing at each other. If we're going to work all day, every day, which I think we end up doing, if you love your job and in the industry we work in, at least let's have fun doing it. So laughter is the best policy. I suppose that I was sort of born in this digital era. I started working in PR 8 years ago. And at the time, it's true, there was more of a focus on print media, on magazines, on newspapers, and there has been much more of a shift onto digital, into social media channels, into influencer work. But I think that I've been at the age of really growing along with that. Something I have noticed specific to PR, which I think is really interesting and is going to impact the way we shape marketing moving forward is, in the past you would get one really strong story for a brand and a business and sales would just skyrocket that day. It's not the case at all anymore. There's so much noise with digital coverage, with print coverage, that it's possible you get this amazing story and maybe people don't even read it, don't have access to it. So we need to think a step further, not only what's the coverage that's being written about this company, but how are we making sure it gets in front of as many eyeballs as possible? Am I a digital retail leader?
I think so.
Oh, great. The pressure's on. I don't know. I respond to emails really quickly. No, I'm kidding. I don't know the answer to that. I think it's all I know. What does that even mean? I mean, I think that, like, you look at the industry and you look at these companies that are huge companies with, years and years, generations of followings, and they're begging for young leadership. They want new minds coming in and saying, actually, that's not the way it works anymore. So maybe in some ways I fell into it. And, people are turning to our generation to be able to have new ideas come to the table and think of new avenues to approach challenges in companies.